will be recorded.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Introduction to Food Therapy overview. I am Dr. Mark Smith, and I'm a practicing veterinarian and co-creator of TAO Holistic Pet Products. And this brief overview is going to give you a quick, fast, easy rundown on what we do, what we're about, and how you can learn about what we do. So, TAO Holistic Pet Products, as you can see, we're about food therapy. And what we do is we combine Western nutritional science with Eastern food therapy. And Eastern food therapy is one of the branches of traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. What makes TAO special? Well, I just said it. What makes us special is that we combine Western science, which is all the regular stuff, with Eastern food therapy. We're made in the USA. We're developed by veterinarians, myself and Dr. Casey Dameron. Our food is really good to eat, and we've got veterinary recommendations from all over the country. Remember is that food is medicine, and that we use food as medicine to promote health, harmony, and balance in pets. That is what we do. And we do it by and through this concept of food therapy. Story, like I said, Dr. Dameron, we graduated together. He's a friend. We practice about 10 miles apart, and in about 2005, we both went back to school to learn about Eastern medicine, which in pets, which includes food therapy, herbal medicine, acupuncture, and a couple of other branches. But during our classroom teachings, when we were learning about food therapy, we thought about this idea of bringing this concept and these philosophies and principles on a commercial level, because there was going to be a lot of veterinarians out there who were classmates of ours, including ourselves. We didn't have a commercial way of providing these foods. And so Dr. Dameron and I, we made it, and we made it available primarily to veterinarians, and we've expanded from there. So what you've got to understand is that a lot of these Eastern principles and philosophies are based off theories that define how nature acts, how universal accepted principles behave, okay? And so one of the two theories that we use to develop our foods is the Yin Yang Theory. And you can see it, it's the circle, a little black, little white, big black, big white. And that theory guides Eastern medicine in every principle and every decision made. So if we take into account the Yin Yang Theory, when a body is out of balance or a pet is out of balance, they're sick. Likewise, when a pet is sick, the pet is out of balance. Okay? And the goal of Eastern medicine, food therapy, is to help those pets regain balance in some form or fashion. And this is kind of food therapy in action. Okay, so Max, that's the sharp-dressed man there on the right in the black t-shirt, has a dog named Rover, and Max thinks he's buying Rover the best. Well, what Max doesn't know is that, yeah, he's buying Rover a food according to Western standards and Western nutritional science, but he could be providing Rover a food that also has an Eastern component. And if he did that, Rover would feel a heck of a lot better. And that's what we do. Western nutritional science with Eastern food therapy. real quick, principles of Eastern food therapy is the concept of balance. We talked about that earlier with the Yin Yang Theory. Again, that theory states that you have two diametrically opposing opposites like a man and a woman, but a man has a little bit of woman in him and a woman has a little bit of man. If that wasn't true, then we wouldn't recognize one another. Dark, light, night, day, cold, hot, all those things, those describe the Yin Yang Theory. So there's another theory that I'm going to bring up real quick. It's called the 5-element theory as well. And the 5-element theory is how we use our treats. 5-element theory corresponds to an organ in the body. And if the organ in the body is deficient, diseased, or out of balance, then in order to repair or help restore that organ, you eat the organ, because when you consume or eat the organ, then you gain energy that's put back into the organ that is out of balance. Another concept which kind of follows the Yin Yang theory. There are three basic fundamental energetics of foods, of herbals in the universe. The first one is warming, cooling, and neutral. And what that means is that when you eat certain foods, they warm or enhance your metabolism. Other foods slow it down and they cool you down. And the last type of foods don't do much of anything. And you can see some examples there. Cucumbers are cooling, habanero pepper is warming, and our friend the carrot is neutral. Excuse me, that's wrong. We have a harmony line of diets, and the harmony line, which includes 3 different varieties, are all considered to be energetically neutral, and any animal can eat those diets. Line is what we call the solutions line. And these lines are for animals that are out of balance or have health problems. And you've got to realize that the Yin Yang theory, you need to think of it like the lava lamp. It changes and it's dynamic 100% of the time. It's always moving and always changing. It's kind of like 2 kids balancing on a seesaw. You're always struggling for that balance. And that's the same way the Yin Yang theory. But our solution lines, we have 3 diets. We've got the chill diet, which is made up of cooling ingredients, the blaze, warming ingredients, and the zing, which we really haven't covered. It's made up of ingredients that moisten the body. And real quick, pets that lack moisture, what happens? They get dry skin. They get flaky, dandruffy skin. Just think of yourself in the winter, okay? Skin on your face is dry. Lips are cracked. Also, a lot of these dogs get tendon ligament injuries, cruciate ligament injuries. Based, like I said earlier, on the 5-element theory, we've got beef heart, and that's for dogs that have heart disease. You eat heart. Liver disease, high liver enzymes. Works and helps dogs with kidney disease and dogs with arthritis. Remember, in Eastern medicine, the kidney controls bone. It also controls hearing. So dogs that lose their hearing when they get older, kidney treats are just what they need. Spleen, the spleen in Eastern medicine is kind of a misnomer because the spleen is actually the stomach, but we call it the spleen, and so the spleen treats are indicated for any dog with diarrhea, vomiting, GI disease. The wild salmon, that really doesn't fall in an element, but we do have it in our treat line, so it doesn't really correspond. And then pork lung. Dogs with asthma, bronchitis, lung problems, they're ideal for the lung treat. So Like I said, we are TAO Holistic Prep Products. We were made by two practicing veterinarians, myself, Dr. Mark Smith, and also my friend and colleague, Dr. Casey Dameron. Our differentiating feature is that we combine Western nutritional science with Eastern food therapy. Eastern food therapy, by definition, is one of the branches of Eastern medicine which truly takes in universal principles into account when designing diets and what foods to eat. So if you have any other questions or we can help you in any other way, then please don't hesitate to contact us. We have a huge arsenal of educational products on our website at www.pettao.com. You're free to ask us a question anytime. Lots of times I'll answer it, as well as the other people that work for me are very knowledgeable in all these aspects of Eastern medicine, food therapy, and even Western nutritional science. Again, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to contact us, www.pettao.com. See you later.